Joining us now is David Tafuri. He's a former foreign policy advisor to President Obama. He's also a State Department official and current partner at the Arent Fox Schiff law firm. Thank you for being here with us today on Scripps. And North Korea, once again, ratcheting up its nuclear rhetoric. They're threatening nuclear retaliation against the U.S., and this after a nuclear-capable U.S. Navy submarine arrived in South Korea. Both the U.S. and North Korea seem to be stepping up their displays of force in the region in recent weeks. So are we on the precipice of something more substantial than just military flexing? Should we be concerned?
For your viewers, this may be frustrating because this seems to be cyclical. We go through these periods of heightened tensions where you have North Korea testing missiles and making threats, and then things calm down a little bit, but then it always seems to happen again. So we're in one of those heightened periods right now. I would note that it was also instigated, maybe in part, by the fact that an Ohio-class nuclear submarine visited South Korea. This is a U.S. nuclear submarine. It's the first time a nuclear submarine has publicly been in South Korea since the 1980s. But it's a show of force by the U.S. It's a warning by the U.S. to North Korea that we have the capability to reach them and to have nuclear submarines anywhere around North Korea. And it's not something that North Korea can really combat. So that's why North Korea has made these threats. It's also exacerbated by the fact that an American soldier crossed into North Korea, surprisingly. And that's also going to be a problem going forward because although he was a soldier who had been disciplined, the U.S. still has an obligation to try to get him returned, and we don't know what is going to happen there.
Do we know if there's any kind of open communication channels between North Korea, the U.S. to try and get this soldier back? Have we heard anything? It's been relative silence.
That's right. We don't know whether publicly there's been no information to suggest there have been communications, though my guess is the State Department has made an effort. We do work through the Switzerland embassy in North Korea sometimes. It acts as a mediator because we don't have official diplomatic relations with North Korea. My guess is that the Swiss ambassador has been asked to work on this, and there may be some behind-the-scenes discussions.
Okay, so we've been talking about a lot of posturing that's been happening as of late. So what would it really take for the U.S. and North Korea to get involved in direct military conflict? What would have to happen?
Well, there's, two potential ways. It could be intentional. If Kim Jong-un feels threatened to the point where he feels like he needs to use a nuclear weapon, he might do that. But the U.S. and South Korea have made clear that's the end of the regime. There would be such a strong retaliation by the U.S., South Korea, maybe some of our other allies, that I'm sure it would topple the North Korean regime. So he has to worry about that. The other possibility is that there could be some sort of inadvertent heightened tension. There could be a mistaken communication. There could be some sort of provocation that causes Kim Jong-un to do something that causes us to respond. Both of those would be nightmare scenarios because any use of nuclear weapons, even ones that are somewhat crude nuclear weapons that North Korea has, could result in substantial loss of life and significant impact to the environment.
Frightening times, it seems, but we appreciate you, David Tafuri, for your insight. David's former foreign policy advisor to President Obama. Thank you so much for your time this weekend, and we will be checking back with you on this. Hopefully we will find that missing soldier and we can sort of cool things down. Thank you.
Thank you.